Greetings, sacred beings, ancient souls. Welcome back again to another Moonday Reading. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is in peace in your world. So, we're going to do a little different this week. Life is lifing, and we're going to do a one card for this week to get the energies for this week. We are going into this last quarter moon in Leo. So, great time for reflecting on your creativity endeavors going into this last week. Got a few actions, movements going on. We've got all the personal planets have made moves or will be making moves this week. Mars is going into Sagittarius, so great time for exploration and making sure you are in your truth. Venus is moving into Ophiuchus, so good time for understanding, healing, and transforming relationships. And Mercury is not in retrograde, but is moving into Scorpio, so time for greater thinking and greater communication. So all of this is good for looking at change and discussing deeper meanings of things. This is also, we're in autumn, so this is time for reflection and getting ready to hunker down for the last season of the year, the winter season. And good during this time also for focusing and reassessing your priorities. So, clearing the energy, and we have the Supernatural, another one of my favorite cards in the Oracle of the Ancients deck that we created based on Ancient Kemet. Will soon be available for purchase if you are so inclined. So, this is Supernatural. So this features the Jedi, who many of you may know or remember from the movie Star Wars, you old heads, OGs out there. So these were the mystically, magically, supernaturally inclined beings who were the watchers, the guardians over the energy, the Kundalini energy, we shall say, this energy that flows through all of us and can be re-sparked, reignited to guide you on your journey. So this card came out in the reverse, so we're looking at we are needing to take some time, take some space to recalibrate, to get back in alignment with the energies that flow through our body. We have several channels of energy. We've got nadis, we've got meridians, and other channels that sacred wisdom has not expounded on yet, but there are many channels that flow through our body because we are magnetic electrical beings, or our body is electrical, magnetic electrical. Yeah, sorry. So we are having this human experience as our spirit. This body is our spirit container. So with the sometimes disconnection from the electrical and the magnetic, we can be in a state of, those of you who live in places where you have these little bursts of wind, and the wind picks up the leaves, and the leaves go around and around in a circle. So, that's kind of the feeling that we are in. Blue color for anybody, stars for anybody, caterpillars, and spoons. If that makes any sense for anybody. So we get thrown around willy-nilly hither and yon. And it's time for us to do some more grounding so that we are not thrown all over the place when things come to pass. We should move into a place where we are not bothered by others, those external to ourselves, because nobody but yourself knows who, what, where, when, why, how things need to be done for you, because you are you and nobody else is you. And Spirit is saying that we need to reconnect with that. We've got, this card also has, it's got the balance, masculine and feminine. It also features the chakras with the 13 major centers as opposed to the 7 major centers that go through all of the colors, including black and pink. And this is a time to reconnecting. Should take some time to sit and relax and just focus. Even 5 minutes a day, we're being asked to recalibrate, to get ready for this next phase that we're going in. I know the world is a very strange place right now. However, if enough of us can focus, can recalibrate, can reconnect, and set our energies on the return to where we were, where time was not linear, where time was spiral, where we realized that the goal, we shall say, is to move to the next level, where if you know it on the spiral, you're continuing, the goal is to spiral up, not spiral down. But as we spiral up, we may pass the same places, the same things, the same people, but as we move up in levels, as we are connected, we are able to move through these things, go through these phases, and take the higher level for ourselves. We are able to connect to our higher self, our higher spirit, reconnect with source of all, and move and flow in a way that is beneficial for ourselves and for all of us. We have tended to be moving away from this, and I've said this on my other playlist, talking about this AI thing is to me, and some other people maybe, it seems to be getting a little bit out of hand. Got the music channels of so-called music masters creating these songs, and it's not even them. You see these shorts of these incidences of things happening, and they're not real. You think they're real, it's this emotion flowing from you, and come to find out it's fake. So it's going to be those of you who may know the Bible, talk about this division, and there's other sacred texts that talk about division, and it seems to me that it's going to be more of a, now looking at the way things are, a separation between the real and the not real, the fake and the not fake, the authentic and the inauthentic. It's going to be a separation of that, wherein those people who still hold on to, maintain, flow through, move through the real, who are actually creating real music, who are actually creating these real images, drawing these real images. There's going to be in time, this the AI thing is new, it's the new sparkly shiny thing that's around, and while it does have its place. It does have its benefits. There's going to be a time, I feel, when the real is going to be what is sacred again. As Morpheus said, welcome to the real. It's time to get real. So Spirit is saying, this message, the supernatural, the above, the beyond, the I don't know what you want to call it, the black hole of enlightenment is opening for those of us who are maintaining the real, who are holding on to the real. So Spirit is inviting us to reconnect with that, to be a part of this new and growing journey to the real, to be real, to balance our chakras, to reconnect with our ancient sacred selves, to move in a way that is in alignment with life in a cyclical manner, because we have separations of time, and time is not always in existence, but we have separations of time. We have so-called seconds, days, months, years, decades, centuries, and so on. But these are not linear. It's not like you have 2025 and then it just falls off, and 226 is going to be year, and that's a whole nother subject. We'll talk about the year thing at another time, actually soon, because this so-called new year is coming up, and we'll save that for later. But it's not like we have these lines. There's cycles, because on the so-called last day of the year, the next day is the so-called first day of the year. So it's not like it just stops and you start over. It flows into it. So we have to get back into this flow, back into this state of being at one with these cycles of time. And I would change time, cycles, and seasons, and so on. So we've got to get back to the cycles and seasons that were set, that are set by the planet. We have, even if you live in a place where it doesn't have the typical 4 seasons, there still are seasons, there still are cycles that you go through as you journey through your life. So Spirit is saying that it's time for us to reconnect with that, to be in alignment, to connect, and to also make sure that you're keeping it sacred, because you see they've got on the black hooded robes as a sacredness to keep your energy safe. Some of you need to watch out for external people. This has been an ongoing message. Watch out for those people who are not looking out for you. Connect with those people who are looking out for you. Connect with those people who are on your side, who are not faking the funk in front of you and with something else behind you, or those people who you never ever hear from. They never respond to you, they never connect with you, but they send a message, oh yeah, it's been a long time, reach out for me. Dude, you got my number. Are your fingers broke? You in the hospital or whatever? There needs to be a reciprocal thing. It needs to, people in your lives, people who are able to connect to your energy, should be those who are willing to do the same for you. Those people who are your live for people should be the same people that you live for. It's a reciprocal thing, not just pop up, totally not even acknowledge you ever. So it's time for the supernatural. It's time to get back to being above natural, getting back to natural, making sure that you're eating foods that are real. Most of this processed stuff, the stuffs that are in packages and boxes and whatever other contraptions they come in these days, but these things that are in something are not real. We need to get back to reading the labels. It means you turn it over and you have to read the so-called ingredients, because even on the front, because they are allowed to say, there are certain parameters in which you can use certain words like natural or organic or I can't think of the other words right now, but like for instance natural. If you can say the word natural as long as 2 of the 25 ingredients are 100% real food. You can say organic if I'm not, don't hold me to this, I don't remember what the actual numbers are, but you can use these words if not even 100% of the ingredients possess this quality. So you have to be circumspect about what you are utilizing in that aspect, because these words have legal meanings. While when we think organic, we're thinking the whole thing is organic. But if you've got this prepared dinner and it says it's organic lentil loaf and mashed potatoes and green beans, only the lentil loaf is organic, and the other thing is powdered potatoes and fake beans. You have to read the labels. You have to understand how to read the labels. But basically, if you don't know what it is, it doesn't need to go into your body, because for the most part those things are not going to digest, or they're not going to digest completely. And what happens when they don't digest completely, that means it does not come out of your body completely. And when these things don't come out of your body completely, they accumulate inside your intestines. Because if those of you who don't know about like anybody, if y'all ate chitlins, or if you clean chitlins, let me say, it's got, because chitlins are intestines, pig intestines, and they've got, they're not straight. They've got little nooks and crannies and cavities and spaces. It's just like our intestines. So when these things are not digested, they get caught up in the nooks and crannies, and they don't eliminate completely, because they've got like they get stuck because they are problematic for the body. They're not able to whisk through, because most of the things that whisk through, that come out completely, sorry if it's TMI, but most of the things that come out completely are things that the body is able to process, we shall say, in a way that it flows through the system easier. Those things that are difficult to flow through easy tend to get caught up and stuck in those places. And once these things continue to get caught up in these places, it leads to several things. One of them being obesity, one of them being dis-ease. Dis-ease, the body is out of ease, which is illness, sickness, these things. And it accumulates. You wonder why your gut is big. It's because of this accumulation of these toxins in your body. I digress a little bit, but the truth is, getting back to natural is inclusive of eating natural foods, and we have to be able to drink good water and breathe good air. So all of these things are important as far as us reconnecting back to the sacred, reconnecting back to our supernatural selves, taking pride and care of this vessel that we have, this vessel that we were given to live in at this time, to make sure that it is in its highest state. The manual said that you shall eat these foods that are the fruit of the earth, fruits, vegetables, the natural things. We'll leave it at that, but supernatural, that is the message for this week. Getting back to the supernatural selves that we were created to be, the beings, not doings, the beings that we were created to be the sacred, to be the real. That's what we have for this week. Hope you enjoy. Like, share, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends. friends. Leave us a comment. Let us know how this resonated with you. If you would like to support us, we like tea. The information will be in the little box. If you would like to schedule a reading, we do readings. We do oracle readings, tarot readings, Akashic records, journeyings, channeling, space clearings, personal clearings, or any combination of the above. The information will also be in the little box. And we will talk to you soon. Peace.